What is up, YouTube? My name is Sanchez and welcome to my channel. So, we're gonna look at people's reaction to birthright citizenship. And my own reaction is that, okay, that we are an immigrant, came here illegally with a visa. 20 years down the line, your child is grown up, 20 years old, and the child still doesn't qualify to be an immigrant. So in order for him or you guys to get him or her to be an immigrant, you have to go to a blue state, because red states are no longer allowing immigrants to give birth over there. But despite that, let's check out a couple of videos and then we'll be back with our own thoughts.
2 months ago, I was on this internet arguing y'all down about us being in a constitutional crisis. I'm going to go on and revamp and kind of update my status on that. The Constitution has been torn to shreds. Not sure if y'all saw this, but on Friday, right before the Supreme Court packed up their to go on vacation for the summer, they issued some pretty important decisions. Now, the big kahuna, right, the one that everybody's kind of talking about, is the one that has to do with birthright citizenship. But here's the thing. They actually didn't rule on birthright citizenship. They did not rule on whether or not Trump's executive order was constitutional or not. Instead, in a 6-3 decision, of course, with the conservative majority kissing Trump, they ruled instead that federal judges no longer have the power to issue sweeping and nationwide injunctions. Long story short, if Trump or someone else who comes behind him decides to put into place a potentially harmful policy, no one federal judge can look at that policy or that executive order and place a halt on it nationwide. Instead, what they can do is issue a decision that impacts directly the people who sued. So if your name is not on the lawsuit, if you're not part of the actual legal suit, too bad, so sad. I mean, really think about that, y'all. Think how many times we've seen federal judges come out and say, you know what, no, we're going to pause that until we decide whether this is constitutional. Things like mifepristone, right? When they were trying to actually ban the drug that is used for abortions. Think about the level of legal patchwork that we will see across the country. And now, because federal judges can't stop a harmful policy in its tracks, it means that rights groups, right, people who want to sue for being harmed by said policies would actually have to piece part their lawsuits through different courts. I mean, depending on where you are, you could have very conservative or liberal federal judges, right? So something that harms people everywhere could be legal in California, completely illegal in, say, Texas. In essence, your rights are going to be based on which state lines you cross, which is actually not that different than what we're seeing with banned books and what can be taught in the classroom, right? The 10 Commandments up on walls, abortion. And y'all, here was the line I found most interesting from Justice Jackson's dissent. She said that if judges are not allowed to stop harmful policies everywhere, she said she feared that compliance with the law would simply become a matter of executive prerogative. And executive prerogative hit me because it gives... what mood did the king wake up in this morning? How are his feelings going to impact us today?
Hot off the press, this new Supreme Court decision that's come out. People think it's about birthright citizenship. It's not. Maybe not yet. What it's about is, does one court in one area of the United States, wherever that court is that court allowed to block any piece of law that it thinks is not constitutional, is not right? And is it allowed to block it for the whole United States? That's what happened with birthright citizenship. Remember, Trump said he's taking it away, and then all of a sudden it was blocked, and all of America doesn't have to deal with it? Well, now half of America is going to have to deal with it in 30 days from today, potentially. It's a big deal. It means that the government can say this is a law, and a court can say this law is not right, but until we wait for the final decision from the Supreme Court, which could be a year or 2 years from today, certain states are allowed to enforce that law, whether it's illegal or not. It's a big deal.
So on day one of Donald Trump's presidency, he issued an executive order. If you are born in the United States and one of your parents is not at least a U.S. citizen or a permanent resident, you're not a U.S. citizen. 22 states filed a lawsuit against Donald Trump saying this is illegal. A federal judge agreed and issued a nationwide injunction saying this executive order can't go into effect. And Trump appealed, not whether his ban on birthright citizenship is legal or not. He appealed that a federal judge can't make this nationwide injunction while they're litigating this case out. And the Supreme Court decided with Donald Trump. So they haven't ended birthright citizenship. They didn't make a decision on that. What they have said is, if you're a child born in the United States in one of these 22 states that brought a lawsuit That injunction continues. You will be considered a U.S. citizen. You will get your benefits as a U.S. citizen, whether it's your birth certificate, your social security number, Medicaid, food stamps, whatever you're entitled to. But if you're a child born in the United States, in any of these other 28 states that did not bring a lawsuit, the Republican states, in 30 days from now, you will not get any benefits. You will not get your birth certificate, presumably.
In conclusion, birthright citizenship remains a foundational principle in many nations, particularly in the United States, where it is enshrined in the 14th Amendment to the Constitution. This legal doctrine, based on the principle of just solely the right of the soul, grant automatic citizenship to nearly all individuals born within a country's border, regardless of their parents' nationality or immigration status. Its root lies in the ideal of equality, inclusion, and national unity, offering a clear and objective standard for the citizenship in diverse societies. Over the years, birthright citizenship has helped integrate generations of immigrants and their descendants into the civic and cultural fabric of the nation. It proves a sense of belonging and legal certainty to those born on the national soil, protecting them from the statelessness and ensuring access to basic rights and opportunity. Legal debates and political controversy have occasionally challenged the scope of these rights, particularly concerning children or undocumented immigrants or non-permanent residents. Nevertheless, the court has consistently upheld the broad interpretation of birthright citizenship, reaffirming its central role in the democratic society. Ultimately, birthright citizenship reflects a national commitment to fairness, equality under the law, and the idea that where one is born should grant them full membership in the community. While discussions around immigration and national identity continues, birthright citizenship stands as a vital safeguard for individuals' rights and social cohesion, ensuring that the accident of birth does not matter one's place in society. So yeah, guys, there you go. That's birthright citizenship for you. In conclusion, despite that, guys, thank you for watching my channel. Please like and subscribe, and let's meet up to the next video, and peace out.